Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most popular chains from Langchain. We call it the Retrieval chain. Retrieval chain is used for RAG systems. And as many of you know, RAG systems stand for Retrieval Augmented Generation. You have documents and you create embeddings from these documents and then you store them in a vector store. And whenever you have a query from these documents, then that query is going to be searched against that retrieval or vector store. I need these libraries. So I instantiate my LLM and also I have this loader. So I'm loading in this website. I initialize my documents and store them in a vector store and pass that as a retriever and then build my retrieval question and answer. I have this utility function to get all the contents from the documents and then pass it as one unified string. All right, now that I have all the pieces in place, I can build my chain. I need to pass the content or the context from the retriever, and I have this pipe which is very helpful to pass the information into the format docs. The question comes from this runnable pass-through. So I need this dictionary because I have two elements for this chain. One is the query or the question that asked by the user, and then the retriever. Pipe passes through the prompt, the LLM, and the CD output. Now, just to give you a more understanding of what this is, so this comes from Lilian Wang, who is head of AI safety at OpenAI. This is her blog. And we ask a question, what is task decomposition? And if you look for task decomposition, it actually has a title here and some contents about that. Now, if we run the retrieval chain, we get the response. Task decomposition is the process of breaking down a complicated task into smaller and more manageable steps. So we were able to use the RAG chain to retrieve some definitions from the document that we pass it through. Okay, now that we see the response from the RAG chain, let's take a look at Langsmith dashboard. I will add this with config here, pass run name. If I run this one more time, and I got the response here, and I can see this runnable sequence. This shows that I have asked this, what is task decomposition? So if I click on this, I have chain of questions and answers. So I have this runnable parallel, and then I have this chat prompt template. I have this question, and then this is the context that is passed and retrieved from the document. This is the output that I get when I ask this question. The retriever returned 4 documents, and we're using the format docs to pass all these documents and generate this text. We are using the RAG prompt from the Langchain hub, and then the language model takes the prompt or the query and then will generate the response. The last piece of RAG chain is actually the output. This is the final response from the RAG chain. I hope this was helpful, especially understanding how to use the loader and create documents from the loader and chunk that, pass them through the vector store and use the vector store as a retriever. Finally, build up your RAG chain. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.